We got that Poppa Pank. We got that Poppa Pank. We got that Poppa Pank. We got that Poppa Pank.
Yeah!
Greetings, Poppa Pank family.
All right, let's get it started.
Let's get it started. There we go. Yep. Yep. Greetings. Welcome to the Poppa Pank podcast. I am Jaylene Clark Owens, and this is my friend and my co-host,
Justin Jane.
There's a lot of great in the world. We think it needs a little bit more Pank, a Poppa Pank. We are Philly-based, multi-hyphenated, and award-winning actors taking on all things arts and culture in this joy-forward and ever-playful variety podcast. You are listening to our theme song composed by Jordan McCree, member of the band Ill Dudes. We welcome you, our Pank Poppas, both old and new. Please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. We appreciate y'all. Let's get it started.
Yes!
Hi, friends. Or wherever you get your podcasts. How is that? How is that?
Hey, everybody, look at us. So, okay, let's just acknowledge the elephant in the room that we're in person. And we are coming at you live and in person. And both Jaylene and I have been fully vaxxed. Reed, we are 2 weeks past our second shot, and we are here to party! This is so weird. Is it weird for you? Tell us in the comments if you're in our live audience. Yes, I know. Yes, Mama Pat says, yay, we are in the same room.
Yes.
And Tracy is saying they are together in person. This is all absolutely true.
Yes.
But we are also celebrating our special guests tonight, Taysha Marie Canales and Lindsay Smiling. Both are award-winning Philly-based actors and members of the Wilma Hot House Company alongside Jaylene and I, as well as our dear friends. Now, Taysha has been quite a regular on the show, and this is a premiere for Lindsay on Poppa Pank. Both performers star in James Imes's play, Fat Ham, which we will talk a lot about. It's now being streamed by the Wilma Theater, and it's directed by Morgan Green, and we'll hear from them both about that later.
Yes.
But dually, Taysha is the star.
She's a star, bro.
Of Nalaja Sun's No Child, which is now streaming at the Arden Theatre Company.
Directed
by yours truly. So, both shows have had stellar reviews and write-ups appearing in the Philadelphia Inquirer and the New York Times. And we are so happy to have these guests on our show a bit later. But before we continue, Jaylene, I need to know about these nails.
I know these things. So what we got right here, these are from Pretty Impressed NYC. You can find them on IG. Go to the website. And these are co-founded by my cousin, Danielle Carson, daughter of Dalmita Carson from Dalmita Designs.
Dalmita Designs. I love Dalmita Designs. We are plugging Pretty Impressed NYC, but also Dalmita Designs. Dalmita, if you're watching and listening, I love your work. I have been visiting it regularly for a new necklace.
Yes. So you see the family, we're just out here with the businesses. So go ahead and get you some press-on nails, get you some Dalmita Designs, all the things.
We are here celebrating Cinco De Mayo. Now, Jaylene, can you tell us a little bit about Cinco De Mayo?
I'm going to tell you a little bit about it because, we don't want to you see, we ain't got on no sombreros and all of that. We're not doing that. If we're going to celebrate Cinco De Mayo, we're going to tell you a little bit about the history, okay? That's what we're going to do. So, Cinco de Mayo is a holiday that celebrates the date of the Mexican Army's May 5th, 1862 victory over France at the Battle of Puebla during the Franco-Mexican War. Now, this day is also known as Battle of Puebla Day. Did y'all know that? Let us know in the comments. Now, while it is a relatively minor holiday in Mexico, in the U.S., Cinco de Mayo has evolved into basically a celebration of Mexican culture and heritage, particularly in areas with a large Mexican American population, such as in LA. Now, Chicano activists raised awareness of the holiday in the 1960s, in part because they identified with the victory of indigenous Mexicans over European invaders during the Battle of Puebla. So we certainly celebrate those indigenous Mexicans who stood up to white supremacy, okay, and won in 1862 and defeated the French. I think that deserves a toast. And what better way to do that on Cinco de Mayo than with a little tequila, which is named after the place Tequila in Mexico. I think it's about time. It's about time for that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Where's that banner? Get your glass so we can clank.
It's time for that. Poppa drank.
Poppa drank.
Poppa drank.
Poppa drank.
Poppa drank.
And cheers.
And
cheers. Arriba, abajo, al centro, pa' dentro. Jiggle masacada, mabuhay.
Okay, what are we drinking?
Mm-hmm.
We are drinking.
Wow.
What kind of tequila is it again? I don't remember.
You bought it?
I know. We're drinking tequila, and it's a very special drink that was made by one of our special guests tonight. But you know, tequila.
It's called a Oaxaca old fashioned. Yes.
Yes, it's a Oaxaca. The studio audience is giving us a thumbs up. But I love tequila so much. It gets me very, very drunk. I'm already sweating, as the live audience can see. But it also makes me very bloated. And I'm just curious. Do any of our guests out there, does this happen to you with tequila?
Wait, hold on, time out. We got a bigger.
Right, I know, but look, Paul says, Justin and tequila, watch out.
Well,
right?
I better watch out.
Also said that was our history lesson. But does anybody, Tracy says that she loves tequila too. But
it's pretty good.
Do you have any stories about tequila?
I don't think so. I used to only drink very, very sweet drinks and that's it. So I wasn't really a big tequila person, but I like it now. I like the reposado. That is, I like that. And I don't usually like smoky drinks, but this right here, we have a little bit of tequila and the mezcal. Okay. Mix that up, put a little agave. Okay.
That little sweet
and a little Angostura bitters. That's from Trinidad and Tobago. If you didn't know, I've been to that factory. We did a little tour when I was studying abroad in Trinidad at the Angostura factory. Is factory in the place?
Distillery.
Distillery. Where they make the drink. And that was one of the highlights of my little study abroad. Okay.
And then ice.
And then ice.
With a swizzle stick.
No, with a drink stirrer.
Swizzle
stir it up.
A bar spoon. Hey, can you all in the chat, if you're in our live audience, can you tell us, is it called a swizzle stick, a bar spoon, or a drink stirrer?
And we're talking about the long thing that you stir the drink
and
with.
It goes like do-do-do.
Let me just uplift. I'd like to uplift some of the chat. We have a hi Jordan from Nancy Feliciano.
Yes.
Is that Titi Nancy?
That's my nephew.
Yes.
Okay. We saying, it's because it's a family. Because the family
affair.
Okay. And what else we got in the chat?
What are you drinking?
Who else was saying?
Wait, Mama Pat. Let it be known all across South Philadelphia. That the spoon that is used to stir a drink with a little spiral up the stem. Mama Pat is here to validate that it is called a swizzle stick.
Titi Nancy, I think she agrees.
Nope.
Yep. Oh, we have a lot of people drinking out here. Hi, Dad. Drinking some Baileys. Some Baileys.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Nicole says, hi, Titi, from Jordan. That's why the Jordan was in there. Nicole was trying to convey that Taysha's nephew, Jordan, was saying hi.
Okay. Tracy is a former bartender.
She is.
And calls it a stirrer.
Well, we'll just.
And then there's diplomacy here at Poppa Pay because Paul says all of the above.
Yes. I just want to shout out all our Pank Poppas who are very much participating and supporting us in this first in-studio celebration that we're having. Thank you for joining us.
That really has me tickle Pank. I mean,
it
just
really
the love
does.
in the room. So Tickle Pank is where we usually talk about something that has recently been bringing us joy, and it is a bit of a catch-up for Jaylene and I. So Jaylene, what has you tickle Pank these days?
Well, it's so weird to see you there.
It's like we're on a real talk show.
So, what has me tickle Pank? This past Sunday, shout out to my friend Baxter, aka Becca, aka Honey Child. She's an artist. She had a birthday on Sunday, and her partner threw her a surprise kickball birthday party. Now,
were you in person, or was this all on the computer?
In person,
kickball.
no virtual kickball. In person, we went to Dairy Field, I think, in Fairmount Park, and we played kickball. I have not played kickball since I was in elementary school. I had to check myself and be like, listen, you do not have to have anxiety about not getting picked. You don't have to have anxiety about, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do well. Am I going to get the ball? I was like, Jaylene, it's just the game. And I was able to have.
Wait, how did you do it?
What really is winning? What really is losing?
But I could see you really kicking ball at kickball.
I was all right. There was one time the ball went to me and I was like, all right, here we go. And then
missed it.
Yeah, it just hit my shin. But that was like a punt or a bunt or whatever. So I still got to run. But it was nice. It had me tickle Pank because I had not played kickball in that long. So that was very nice. Yes. Turned on my watch, got a few counting my calories. I put it on softball because they didn't have kickball. It's on the Apple Watch. Because I'm doing Apple.
Apple, I know you're a big fan of Poppa.
Listen, Apple needs to sponsor us. Look, we branding them right now. Hello, Apple. I'm sorry, y'all. I be loud, and I realize that after listening to some of the episodes, I be very loud. And I said before this, I'm not gonna be so loud, and then I'm loud again. So for our people who are listening on the podcast, I apologize.
Well, it's our first time in person. We're excited.
I'm excited.
Before I talk about what has me tickle Pank, I just want to talk about what has some of our in-studio viewers tickle Pank. We've got some red sangria for Cinco de Mayo. We got drinking a pankarita.
Paul for the win.
Okay, so tickle Pank. I have been so tickle Pank this week by three things. So the first is Jaylene and I, we went to the gym together on Monday and did this HIIT cardio. Wait, was it like a boot camp? It was HIIT class together, along with one of our guests tonight, Taysha Canales. That had me tickle Pank. But the thing that really has me buzzing these days is Fat Ham at the Wilma. Oh, I'm all over the computer. Fat Ham by Jang Zymes at the Wilma Theater. Premiered on this week? I don't even remember.
A few days ago.
It's the tequila, y'all. Fat Ham premiered. It is so worth checking out. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. If you're sitting on it and not having done it, and you'll be like, I'll do it. You need to do it tonight after this episode. So down there, we'll talk about this all later. And then also, No Child by Elijah's Son also premiered last Tuesday. So I'm so excited about both of these. We're going to hear all about them, but it has me really inspired for theater again, for being back in person, and to see all of my friends shine on the screen. I really think we could all be like film actors, y'all. Film actors.
Well, I'm praying for more on-camera work, so I receive it. Pank Poppas, what has y'all tickled Pank? Please put it in the comments. What they saying? Let me see.
All right.
What they saying?
So we've got some watch. If people are saying No Child is amazing.
Yes,
Thank you, Nicole. Mama Pat says yes, such beautiful work. Mama Pat also worked on Fat Ham.
Yes, resident stage manager at the Wilma.
Okay, so I think it's time. And bubble through the lips.
Yes.
Poppin' with Poppa Pank. For those of you that don't know theater, we usually warm up before shows and we do lip trills and all of those kinds of things. If you're tuning in on the podcast, you'll have no idea what's going on. Hopefully our studio editor will edit this out of the podcast.
Hi, Tracy.
Tracy, we're not going to announce the launch of our podcast yet.
Oh, well, okay. Moving on.
Okay, we here at Poppa Pank. What? We here at Poppa Pank love our interview segment called Pop In with Poppa Pank. Now, this is our chance to catch up with some of our industry friends and share with our audience a little bit about their processes and personal stories as professional artists. This is where you've seen us hang out with folks like James Imes, Daveed Diggs, Robin Hood, Brett Robinson, Mama Pat, and a host of other film, TV, stage, and music artists. We are looking up our intros right now real quick for our guests tonight, and we're so excited to have them.
They can sit down.
I am just over the moon being in person, and that we are in person with our guests as well. Go for it, Jaylene.
So we are bringing them into frame, bringing them into frame. Yes. Amen. So, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to put your name on the board, on the banner.
I'm so happy to be here.
Bear with us. Woo! There it is. Hi, y'all.
Hey.
I'm going to read your bio off of my phone, and that's okay. So, Lindsay Smiling is an award-winning actor/director and member of the Wilma Hot House Resident Acting Company. He has appeared off-Broadway at over 30 different regional theaters across the country. He is co-founder of the Black Theater Alliance of Philadelphia, didn't know that, fun fact, and serves as a member of its steering committee. He is also an adjunct professor at Temple University. Let's give it up for Lindsay Smiling in the comments. Give it up for Lindsay in the comments. Yes, you're our studio audience. Yes. And now Taysha. Okay, Taysha Marie Canales is a New Yorker from the Bronx.
Oh, yes.
Bronx, New York, and has been in Philadelphia since 2011. She's performed in 10 productions with the Wilma Theater, really, and has been a Wilma Theater Hot House Company member since its inception in 2015. Other credits include Shakespeare in Love at People's Light, yes, Mooncave at, I always want to say Azuka Theater, and the most, oh Lord, here we go, sorry James, the most spectacularly lamentable trial of Ms. Martha Washington, at Flashpoint Theater. Taysha is the 2018 F. Otto Haas Emerging Philadelphia Theater Artist recipient, BFA in acting from Arcadia University. Shout out to the Canales and the Davis families, and my wonderful husband, the undefeated Poppa Pank #game champion again. I'm so glad I didn't read that before. That was great to read that in the moment. I was like, where's this going? The undefeated Pop. That's great.
Well, Lindsay, Taysha, thank you so much for being here. This is so exciting. And we're in person. What's your Poppa drink tonight?
So I decided to just go straight tequila. Just cut to the chase there. I did try to put a little dash of the bitters to make it a little pink.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
Like a peach almost.
Mine's a little pink. I'm drinking what you're drinking. What's that called again?
The Oaxaca Old Fashioned.
No, I wanted the studio audience.
That's
Oaxaca Old
Yes.
Fashioned. I wanted the studio audience.
Well, cheers to you both. Thank you for
Wow.
letting us. Oh my gosh. I really hope Bravo TV is watching because this could be your new show.
Yeah, look at this brick wall.
Perfect.
Thank you. Shout out to
Shout
Taysha
out.
and Akeem for the studio. We
Yes.
appreciate y'all. It's getting very Harlem vibes. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do, we are going to ask a few questions. Yes, that's what we're doing.
Wait, question?
Yeah.
Games.
And well, because we are all about the shenanigans, we will be also playing some games. Okay. Now, Pank Poppas, if y'all have questions, please go ahead and type them in the comments so that we can ask them later. So, first, we always start our pop-ups.
Oh, no.
Need another drink?
Ooh, the words are escaping me today. I'm just so excited. We start our pop in with Papa Pank segments by usually asking our guests how they met us, what memories they have of us, all the things. Now, Taysha, being her third time on the show,
All right now.
we have had this conversation with her before. So we're going to go ahead and ask Lindsay.
Forget the new viewers. All right, let's go.
We'll start with Lindsay, okay? And we will also ask Taysha.
That's okay. I'm not getting lips.
You see?
Okay.
Very competitive.
So, Lindsay, let us know, when did you first meet Justin or me?
Or Taysha.
Oh, yeah.
When? Oh, I'll start. Justin, I remember I first met you at. Do you remember when we first met?
I was gonna say it was Hamlet training, Terzopolis training.
No. It was at the National Constitution Center.
Oh yeah.
I came in
That's
and
probably.
you were changing into your suit to
Yup.
go do a show. And you're like, oh, hey. And you had a long ponytail at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't until. Yeah.
Did we do a shift that day together?
No, I was just
You
training.
were just. Oh, nice.
I was getting the fitting.
Yes.
Yes.
I do remember that now. Oh, I love the memory. It's such a weird thing. Well, I don't know if I consider this meeting, but I saw you in Jesus Hop the A Train.
That's crazy.
I know.
That was
And I
my
was like-
second show at the Wilma.
What year was that?
That
04?
was
Or 03?
2004. That was 2004.
2004. So the first time I set eyes on you was 04, and then I guess we met because I started at. When did you start at the Constitution Center?
I don't remember.
Okay, way back when.
I don't
Okay, how did you
remember.
meet? How did you meet? No, thank you.
We had a few tacos before this,
Tacos.
and some of the greenery is up in the teeth over here.
How did you meet? How did you
You
meet
know.
Jay Lee?
How did you meet me?
Jaylene, we met during a workshop, I think for, was it a Terzopolis workshop?
Maybe that was before Moon Man.
Oh,
Because I was.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay,
But
okay.
Moon Man, oh
Moon
man.
Man Walk by
Man.
James Imes.
Oh, that show is still, someone, I just worked with this director, and they're like, oh, I'm about to direct Moon Man Walk, and I saw that you were an original cast. I want to talk to you about it.
Oh.
And they never called.
Oh,
But,
they're lost.
man, that
That's
show,
cool.
and I'll
Listen,
never
it's a good
forget
show.
that review.
we won't go there.
We won't go there.
because
but,
we're keeping it nice and happy.
uplift.
Uplift.
but
Oh
you
yeah.
know reviewers in Philadelphia.
How do you know Taysha?
Wait, I wanted to say something.
Oh,
Yeah, come on.
So I just wanted to say that because in that show I played Lindsay's mom.
My mom.
And so I still to this day just always have warm feelings associated with Lindsay. I think my brain thinks that he's still my son.
Even though I'm like
Even though you're
12,
older than
15
me.
years older
It's
than
fine,
you.
but it worked in the play
It worked.
because it was a
did.
flashback.
It did.
Okay,
Because
I
it was
wasn't
James.
just trying to act like I was older. Okay, it worked in the play. But yes, so and during that time, well, this is kind of sad, but during that time, I lost my father-in-law while we were doing that play, like right before previews, and so I always remember Lindsay and the rest of the cast just being there for me, and I still appreciate that to this day. So warm feelings just always come over me when I think of Lindsay and your hugs. I got to hug Lindsay today.
Yeah.
It's been over a year, and it's really nice. So those are my
oh shoot.
Yep, those are my.
but you
My
both
memory.
killed it. I loved
Yeah,
you in that
beautiful
show.
show.
You go for killed.
No.
It was a
One of
beautiful show.
Jaylene's characters in that was, I know I talk about this all the time, but is it you worked in a laundromat? And James wrote like every third word was baby that this character said, and Jaylene killed it. Had me rolling in the aisle with that character.
character. Oh, it's a good character.
Both of you
I
so
missed
good.
that show. Let's do that show again.
James,
Let's just do it.
James,
Let's
here's your
just
new
do that
cast.
show.
Fun fact, all 4 people here have done a James Ives
We
play.
get into that. You spoiling
No,
stuff.
that's
You giving
spoiler
away
alert.
details. Why don't spill that?
Not just go.
So how did you meet Taysha?
Taysha,
This is
was the
amazing.
first time we met? Taysha, I don't
What's
know.
the first time that we met?
I feel like I've known you forever.
We've done so many shows together at this point.
Do you know how many?
I think you have the record
Once.
now. I think you have the record of most shows I've done with any actor.
That's the
All
same
right
with me
now.
and Taysha.
I think it's like 8 now.
I've done 8 with Taysha.
No, we've done 9.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, And Is Got Is. Might be 10.
Oh yeah.
So there.
So there.
That's
So
a lot.
there.
Yeah. So
But it
Thanks
was
for
high
joining
I
us.
can't remember. Maybe it was the Trizopolis workshop.
You know,
even.
I remember the first time I saw you though was in Wayside Stories.
Oh
At
yeah,
the
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this, because it was such a good show.
That was a fun show.
That was.
Yeah, that was
That was a fun show. That was right around the time of the Trizopolis workshop too. I think. So.
Well, James Ives is here.
Yay!
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay, so Lindsay, Lindsay killed it. We talked about Lindsay and Lindsay and
A
Taysha
lot of
both
killing
killed
going on.
it in that area. So what we're gonna do? Oh Lord, what did we say? I have to get up, right?
Wait, what?
I have to put on the trailer.
Oh,
We want y'all to see the trailer, but
Okay, I'll talk while we're doing this.
Excuse me, while I have to get up.
We're gonna talk
Logistics,
tonight.
y'all.
Tonight we're
Logistics.
gonna be talking about both Fat Ham and No
Oh
Child.
shoot!
Close up. Like, get right in there.
Both Lindsay and Taysha are stars in Fat Ham by James Ives, and Taysha did No Child at the Arden Theatre Company. So Jaylene and I are going to talk to both of them about Fat Ham, and then both Jaylene will talk to Taysha and I about No Child. So here's the trailer.
My uncle had my father killed. You got a new daddy! Now my father wants me to kill my uncle.
Man, you ain't gonna kill nobody.
I could.
They think I'm trashy, don't they? Because I married my late husband's brother. They did it in the Bible all the time.
This is what I was raised in. Pig guts and bad choices.
No, wait! You carrying around your whole family's trauma, man. And that's okay. You okay. But you don't gotta let it define you.
Yes.
So good. Oh my gosh. So Lindsay, we want to start with you first, just getting to know you a little bit, since this is your first time on the show, and then we'll start talking about the play. But you hail to Philadelphia from Chicago, and how did you come to be in our community, and how did it feel also to make a film? Are you a film actor too?
I mean, I've done a little bit of like, web series, a little shorts here and there, but this felt very different. To be on location and have less. Oh my gosh, our director of photography was like incredible. Like to have him in our rehearsals all the time. I came to Philly for grad school, so I fell into acting in community college. And I was like a math major. I didn't know what I was doing in my life. Yeah, and then I went to university. I was like double major math and theater because I loved it. I was like, I can't make money at this. And then I got out of school and I was like, I don't really know how to do this. And Temple was one of the schools that offered me a slot in their grad program. And then I was in Philly, and I fell in love with this community. But then people were saying, got to go to New York if you're an actor.
Yeah.
So I went up to New York, cut my teeth up there for about 9 years, and then missed my Philly community and wanted the friends and the support that was here. And so I came back and got involved with Wilma, which was such a great place to grow as an artist. And I don't know. I love it here.
Nice.
Awesome. Now, so this question is for Taysha. So one of the many things that made me laugh in Fat Ham was there was a moment where you were walking down the steps. And I laughed at how you were walking down the steps because it was so different than how you as Taysha would walk down the steps. So I want to know, what was it like playing this character of Opal, who carries herself much differently than Taysha? What was your process like in creating this character's mannerisms and whatnot?
Yeah, I had so much fun with Opal because she just has so much attitude, and I got to sit in that and enjoy it. But you know, like I've never done film before, and I was really, really nervous about the differences between theater and film. And so like I was adamant about like asking for the dailies. I wanted to see what it looked like. I wanted to see how the work translated in the camera versus filling up a space with an audience.
Can you tell us what the dailies are?
Dailies are the shots that are taken or the scenes that are filmed every day. Those are called dailies. And so I asked for access to those so I could just see what the camera is seeing to better craft my performance. And so I really wanted to just get very specific because the camera does not lie. You can't hide anything. So I worked hard to just get really specific about how grounded she is. Where she places her weight, how she feels comfortable, how uncomfortable she feels in the dress, how constricted she feels in the dress, and that and her resistance to what her mother specifically wants her to be, the kind of woman that her mother wants her to be, and feeling within my body the resistance against that and wanting to be my own person. And so I had a great time building her.
Well, it shows.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta watch it.
So I've got a question for both of you, and this is actually involves all four of us, which is exciting. And I've talked about this earlier, but I want to talk a little bit about James Imes, who is in our live studio audience tonight. And Jaylene has been in 3 of James's plays. Have you done 3 of his too?
I have done 3.
Yeah. And
We're
you've been
tied
in 2.
now.
You've been in 2. I've been in 1. We have all been in James's beautiful plays. I'm curious to hear from both of you what draws you to his plays. What's something that you love about his writing, and then specifically what you love about Fat Ham. Who wants to go first?
Hi, James.
Hey, James.
Hey, James.
Look, I'll go first. I love James as a human being. I love you, James. I love his writing because it it ties into Fat Ham in this like idea of like potential and like how somebody sees the world versus how other people want you to see the world. And the struggle between that and the hopefulness that you can create the world that you want to live in. I think in all the shows that I've done, there's this sense of moving forward, and it doesn't have a despair in anything, regardless of the circumstances that all the plays, Moon Man Walk, losing a mother, with an absentee father, and Kill Move Paradise, dealing with the untimely deaths of these black men, and with Fat Ham in trying to break the cycle of violence that this family is in. There's always this moving forward through that, and hopefulness, and a looking to an imaginative future, which is like such a gift. I mean, it's such a gift to have somebody that sees potential in the future and imagination in the future. And I think that's what James does as a human being, and his stories reflect that.
Yes,
That's
we
beautiful.
love that.
Yeah. What about you,
Yes.
Taysha?
So I'll add that James's writing is extremely poetic. And the imagery just jumps out. I mean, it's talking specifically about fat ham. Like I don't think I'll ever forget that the gingerbread monologue that Tio has.
Gosh.
It's just so outrageous, but still so beautiful, so beautifully crafted. And I also just love that the characters talk like people I know. And that, is a rarity. And it's so beautiful. It's wonderful to get to connect to his plays in a different level than I am able to connect with other plays, because there's something about them that resonates with who I am and where I come from and the people that I love, that I surround myself with. And so James is truly, truly special.
I want to know your answer too to this as well, because you've been in his plays, 3 of them.
I have. I was in his first 3 plays. And I love James's writing. Like the way that James writes, I feel like it's almost like it's like a really great sweater. Like I can just slip into that joint. Matter of fact, no, it's like a very nice form-fitting dress. Like I can just slip that thing on. It don't need no alterations, no nothing. I just open my mouth and it's like boom, I connect to it because the writing is so strong and it's so authentic, and that's what I love about a James Imes play. James, you have your next cast here.
Yes.
So just
I feel the
just
same
letting
way.
you know.
It's like I get to be the best version of myself in a James play.
Yes.
At least in White, I was like,
cool.
you honor who I am, and you plus that in a way that's like other playwrights either try to be a little bit more didactic about that or a little bit cookie cutter. And I think like James is really good at lifting our voices in a way that's like other playwrights are either just hitting it too hard on the head or getting it completely wrong, or it doesn't feel right in my soul, but it feels soul aligned to do a James play for me.
James says, I love y'all. And we love you.
We obviously love you
so much.
Yes.
I'm looking in here for some questions. I don't see any, so I'll move on. But if y'all have any additional questions, we'll have another moment in the show for you all to ask them. So just make sure you put them in the comments. What Mama Pat says, though, is that James actually sees us and works from
That's
that place.
right.
And
That's
I
right.
100% agree.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
So we're going to segue.
Okay, do you want to go up there?
I'm gonna go.
We're gonna
I'm
segue.
here.
Jayleen's gonna ride a
Segue.
segue. And now we're going to start talking about No Child by Nalasha
Yes.
And this is currently streaming at the Arden Theatre Company, and that will close on Sunday. So here's our trailer from.
I think I've seen the trailer.
Are you kidding me?
I haven't. No.
Lord have
That's
mercy.
Sorry. But it's good. Made by Brianna Gauss, shot by Yora Cousineau, and music by Anthony Martinez. Here we go.
And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Baron, I know about the public schools. I watch Eyewitness News. Well, what I got to say to that? Hush. You don't know unless you've been in the schools on a day-to-day basis. Hush. You don't know unless you've been a teacher, administrator, student, or custodial staff. Hush. Because you could learn a little something. Hush.
Oh, no. There was one more hush.
It's amazing.
Yes, so we got a hush.
Wow.
There.
Hush.
Ray. Oh, nice.
That's amazing.
So, y'all, you should check this out. Now, Jaylene is going to be asking both Taysha and I questions about this since I directed it, and it starred Taysha.
Yes. Okay. So, Taysha, in Fat Ham, you are supported by an ensemble of actors, but in No Child, it's just you, embodying 16 different characters. So, I would like to know, how did it feel going from having that larger cast to all eyes being on you? Was it scary?
You know what? I mean, it was all lens on me.
Yes.
A single camera.
Yeah.
So I have been excited about the show since before it got postponed because of the pandemic. And I also have a history with it because the playwright Nalaja was a teaching artist at Epic Theater, and they had a residency in my high school. And so I got to see her perform it in New York in 2006 when I was a junior in high school. Yeah, and so to get to do it is like, oh, it's incredible. But it's so much fun because like, I know all of those characters. Like I know those students and I know those teachers, and I try to carve out a bunch of time before jumping into the rehearsal room to memorize and do as much prep work as I can so that I can just get to work right at the start of rehearsals. So it was so much fun. It'd be interesting to do it live, perform it with an audience, which is like the 17th character that is missing there. But it was such a blast. It was crazy, and you had to have like a certain level of endurance to get through some of those scenes and those changes. But oh man, I would definitely love to do it again. It was so much fun.
I think it shows that it was fun because of how good it is. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, y'all, make sure you check it out. All right, Justin. Hello. So this was your first time directing at a major Lord Theater, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what was it like to be an actor? Because you are an actor, but you were also a director. So what was it like to be an actor directing a fellow actor who you have done shows with, who you're a company member with, and who you also call friend? What was that experience?
Yeah, what was that experience?
Did it, having all those connections to Taysha, also knowing that you're her peer in terms of like hot house, like what was that? Did it impact your relationship positively? Were there a few things that made it a little more difficult? What would you say?
I think it's all positive. Like I prefer working with my friends and my peers. It's like there's a trust thing there. There's not that BS of like having to impress somebody or getting to know somebody, and like I can feel emboldened to be honest, and I feel like I was honest with you,
for sure.
and just like that, if you were a stranger, I'd be like, I don't know how this note will be received, or I don't know what's going on in her head. Whereas like I'm not assuming that I know that about you, but I'm like, oh, Taysha just wants me to shoot from the hip right now, like, and I know that about her. And y'all, if you're out there, you just get to work with Taysha, and you will get like returns on returns. But I think that's all helpful. I think that's why I like our show. Like anything, if I'm doing it with my friends, it just makes it much more pleasurable. Because if I'm not going to be at home with my daughter and my husband and my friends, I want to be surrounded by people I love. So I think that part has been really helpful. But as an actor director, I'm sure other actor directors in here, and Lindsay's also an actor director. I get in this place where I'm just like, let me just try it on. And I love that Taysha is so gracious and graceful to be like, okay, you try it on. And I just need to get in there and like try on the thing that I'm asking to be like, does that fit as an actor? Do what I feel respond to this? And so I'll do it a couple times, and I could feel her eyes just being like, and I'm like, okay, did you get that? And I kind of hate directors who do that. Not hate them, but we've had directors I feel like in the past that have done that in a way that's just like, I don't know.
But it's funny that you would be like, you'd do a thing and you'd walk through and it'd be like a whole like 5-minute thing. And And then he'd go, all right. Was I saying anything? But I'd be like, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, and then she has it. I kept saying this in rehearsal. I'll say it on the air, but like directing Taysha is like driving a Lamborghini. I gotta say, after like directing a lot of young students, if my students are watching, I love you. But Taysha's also just like you could be like Taysha. You could be like, I think it's this, and she's like, yeah, I got you, and then you're like, that's amazing, right?
I love that. Come on,
Yeah.
Lamborghini. Tour de force, Lamborghini.
A Mercedes LX100.
Yes!
Hey.
That on my website. Resume.
I love that. Okay, Taysha, so we get to watch you seamlessly transform into these 16 characters. Was there one that was your favorite?
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask me that.
Oh.
It's so hard. It's so hard to name a favorite. Because I honestly do love them all. I'm tickled by Jose just because he's so resistant the whole time to the project in the class. But he actually really loves it, and he shows up on the final performance, and he like does his thing. And so, and I know who that person is, you know. I know who Jerome is. Chandrika is just like, and how her story, like, when Janitor Barron talks about what happens to some of these students after this final performance, like Chandrika is just like black girl magic, which is so.
I think there's a fan out there that has one specific Ray.
Yeah. My brother? Is that my brother?
Yeah. Saying, and for that I zap you.
Chris.
Yes, that guy, Chris. Great. That was
Chris.
He was like kind of a nerd, or
Be careful. Careful. Don't want to upset anybody.
he was how would you describe him?
Chris, so Chris he's the youngest of the group. He's 15, so so he's like a fresh. I imagine him as a freshman in this class. I do think that he is on the spectrum.
Okay.
But he's super eager and excited to do the play, and it's just a really sweet.
And
sweet
he was into like
sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi. That's where my mind went.
Sci-fi, that's right.
Okay.
That's for.
Okay.
So
I
we're
did have a question that actually
it was
related
down.
to. Oh, see, Justin. Well,
I know.
this is what happens when we're sharing the computer now. I was gonna go on another one because.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So we have a question from the audience that actually related to what Taysha was just talking about with the characters. James Zine says, "How did you get that level of character specificity?"
Oh man,
so marvelous.
That's cool. When we were talking, when it had first gotten postponed,
Yes,
in March 2020, we were supposed to do it in April 2020, but I was so ready to start working on that show.
Yeah.
I pulled up a bunch of forms that I got from Philly and playwrights of just character development and just asking like basic questions about your character's name, their what their family looks like, their favorite foods, the classes that they like, the activities they love to do. So I started there, but then I also to sort of help with memorization and get an idea of each personality, I wrote out each character's lines separately. So from every scene, I just wrote out every single character's individual lines so that I can get a sense of who they were. That was really helpful. And then from there, working in the space with Justin and trying to then because it's hard I can do that much work at home in my own space. I love to be on my feet, exploring and figuring the thing out. So once we got to the rehearsal space, I was at least familiar enough with the lines and had an idea of who they were. But working with Justin, I was able to put it in my body and figure out how they fit physically.
Yeah.
So
That was so helpful. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna uplift one more question from our audience, and this is for both of you in regards to back when we were talking about fat ham. Now, let me just find it real quick. I'm gonna find it.
I was like, where did he get this from? I didn't even see it there.
Okay, there is.
It's there. Here we go.
Here we go.
This is amazing, by the way.
Yes.
Watch all the
Yes.
magic here.
Okay.
It's like incredible.
Okay, here we go. What is your favorite part of the show of Fat Ham? Oof. I know. Yeah, whichever one.
Okay, I got you. Okay, the food. All right, y'all. Like the ribs,
Yes.
the ribs were so good. And if you've seen the show, spoiler if you haven't, in my scene, my breakaway scene with
Juicy.
Thank you.
We are talking about two shows today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right.
There's a lot of characters.
Switching brains.
Got a lot of characters.
Switching brains. In my scene with Juicy, I have this lovely scene with Brennan off to the side of the house while everyone else is like digging in on the food. We come back and there's like a significant amount of time where there's a karaoke scene happening and Opal's kind of just in the background, like taking it all in. There was one take, I swore I ate 5 ribs in that time between coming back to that table and the charades game. And so ribs were my favorite, and I just like during the karaoke scene was trying to get it in.
I love that. I love that.
I think the food was everybody's favorite moment, except for Brennan, who played Juicy, because he couldn't eat.
Oh, right.
He couldn't eat. He didn't get to eat, and he loves ribs.
Right.
And they're like sitting right in front of him, and he can't eat.
Character, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got to play 2 characters that were very much not me, but like, yeah, you swear assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're assholes. I don't know. I mean,
Yes.
yeah,
It's
FCC.
fine.
Is FCC gonna come? I don't know. But and like one of my favorite moments were, there are so many favorite moments, but like the times that we get to make up lines because
the ad-libbing,
ad-libbing just like to create atmosphere.
That was cool, which is different. Yeah, working in film, you need that.
And there was a moment where Rev and Tidra have an argument in the house, and like they just wanted us to create an argument that wasn't written.
Oh, wow.
And so we had through the course of that week of shooting, every time we got to that fight, it got more and more ridiculous every single time.
Were you both just like covering up laughter as you're doing?
Well, we're inside, so we didn't really have to cover it up.
Right.
Like nobody saw us. You could just hear us from the background. Yeah. So we just like, that was what was so freeing about it. Is like we could just say whatever we wanted, as ridiculous as it.
I love that.
Now I have to go back.
Yeah.
Because I want to specifically try to hear what y'all are saying.
Yeah.
It was great.
There was one line I said that I said, "Oh, I know Larry likes his meat," and that's not in the script. That's not in the script. I was like, "Oh man, they kept that." Okay.
Right.
Yep. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yes, true. You're right. They did keep that.
All right. Well, because we're coming to the end of our episode, we want to shift to the games.
Oh, the game.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, is it really 9:56?
Yeah. But it's okay.
Wow. But we're going to play these games, so,
if you're here, be here.
Just
if
be
you don't
here.
want to be here, don't be here.
But you don't want to miss this.
All right. So the first game that we're going to play, these are Pank games, and we always play games with our guests. This is just to warm you both up. So this is going to be same question, and you both have to answer it. Like your first thing that comes to mind, okay? We'll start with you, Lindsay, every time since this is your first time on the show, and then Taysha, you
Great, perfect.
Hey, why did you start with her? 'Cause she knows what she's doing.
No,
Show off
3 seconds thing. Okay. Wait. One of the most inspiring pandemic theater or films you've seen?
No Child.
Oh, yay! Pandemic.
Rapid fire. Rapid.
I'm trying to think of what I saw. What we binged.
Studio audience, do you have a...
What have we
Now we've
binged
got time
this
for them to
whole
answer.
time?
Studio audience?
Oh
Price is Right.
no! That was my joint. Not Price is Right, but the show that what's his name is on. Was this supposed to be right? Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. What's his
I
name?
was asking about the theater show on film.
You've done this
Okay.
before, right? You've been on the show before?
Have you seen any theater on film?
Honestly, I've seen. Oh, Heroes. Heroes, I saw.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's what he was waiting for. That's why he asked that question. Just so she can say hero.
Heroes.
No,
Of
okay,
course.
favorite snack.
Granola bars.
Oh,
Great.
I know.
Damn, Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the first thing that
All
popped
right,
in my
that's it.
head. All right.
What do you love about teaching?
Oh, students that get that aha moment. Like, oh,
Philip.
Yeah, I love interacting with the students and seeing them open up to theater. Yeah.
Drama or comedy?
dramedy.
That's good communicating. Okay, book you're reading.
Oh, look at me.
Book. Reading. My grandmother's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Read the mannequin.
Oof. I have a book that I am reading that's sitting right next to my bed.
That's okay. That's good enough. I'm just right there with you. I forget the titles of books. I forget the titles of shows I'm in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Night Owl or Early Bird?
Early bird.
Early bird. Yeah. Well, is there such a thing as not a night owl, not an early
The
bird?
afternoon mark.
Afternoon mark is me.
Mark. I said. But afternoon mark is me. Okay. A guilty pleasure.
A guilty pleasure. Weckerly's ice cream.
Oh, that's cool. Guilty pleasure. I love these little puzzles that I do on New York Times has these puzzles. There's this one that's called Vertex.
Yeah.
And it's also this one, it's a word puzzle that you have to like build up a certain number. I can't remember what the name of this game is, but you have to like form words within this box, and like it's a challenge to like form, like hit all the letters that are available
honeycomb
within a
one?
certain number. It's not honeycomb, but
Okay. An anagram?
Close.
Oh no. How do you feel about theater coming back?
Oh man, come on.
Oh.
What kind of question is that?
Man, come on.
Man, come on.
Safely. Don't need to rush it, but we'll get it back.
All right. Favorite drink?
Oh.
Favorite drink? Like drank?
A drink.
Or drink?
A drink.
A drink? Manhattan.
Oh, that's nice. Sorry, I love scotch. Anything with scotch, whiskey, tequila, rum.
All of it.
Sorry,
All the drinks.
I'm
All
terrible
right.
at this
Okay,
game.
just three
All
more.
right.
Favorite Mexican dish?
Favorite Mexican dish? Carnitas.
Oh, I just have some tostadas today.
Okay.
Some carne asada tostadas.
What are you looking forward to this summer?
Working with my main studio audience member over there, Akeem Davis, up at Pennsylvania Shakespeare Festival.
Yeah.
My 1 year anniversary trip.
Also in the studio audience.
Also
member.
with the studio. Something pink. Something pink.
Something Pank.
Mhm. Yep. There you go.
This.
Okay. Good.
This.
Gumball was the first thing that popped in my mind.
Okay.
All right. So this is our next game. Yep, called Where I Left Off. This is the game that me and my friend Jackie, shout out to Jackie, we created back when we were like 13, traveling on the West Coast, and we had a long car ride, and we started playing this game. And so basically, I don't know why I started talking in a Southern accent. But basically, what happens is you sing a song. Wherever you leave off on the song, the next person has to come up with the song that has that word in it. So I did not think of a song that I was going to start with ahead of time. So
And anybody can pick it
we're
up.
just anybody can pick it up.
Wait, they have to be real songs?
Yes, real songs. So what we starting with?
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Make the
hey, Hey. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Ha! Let's get it started in here. Here is the word. Here is the word.
Here and
now. Come on.
I'll
Promise to love faithfully. Faithfully.
You're all I need. Need is the word. It has to start with need.
Anywhere in the song. I want you, baby. I want you. And I need you, baby. I need you. Oh, baby. That's Dreamgirls, my favorite movie.
Give me, baby, one more time. Time after time.
Yes.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. Me is the word.
Me.
Me, myself, and I. We're ending that game.
Great. There we go.
Okay.
That was the game.
Last game. We've got one more game to bring us home. So we're going to start with
game.
Lindsay and go down
Okay.
the line. We cannot drop the ball. The rhythm has to stay up.
Okay.
Okay. It's an alphabet game. And so you're going to have A, B, C, D, E all the way through. And it's just one word and you have to justify why you chose that word based on a category. It's really easy. You'll get it. So the category is, because of Fat Ham, we're going to say cookout. A. Anything.
Artichokes.
Yeah, why?
Because they're good. They're tasty.
And
Artichokes.
good.
Yeah, you could have them at a cookout.
I agree.
Beer.
Yes.
Because you could, brine the meat with some beer, but
Okay.
you also need a cool one in your hand.
Yes. Okay, C. Collard greens, because of the sides.
Dimples, because when that cute person comes to the cookout and they got them dimples, you be like, yes.
Nice.
Ears of corn, because I like that corn on the cob.
F is for Frankfurters.
Yes.
Yes.
No explanation needed.
Okay,
Yes.
H for.
Hey, so you be skipping.
Wait. FG is
G
what comes in the alphabet.
for G for gravy, because gravy.
H for hot, because it's usually hot at the cookout.
Nice.
I for indigestion, because you get that sometimes.
J is for Joker, because someone's playing cards at the cookout.
Like
K for knife. You need a good knife. Well, if it's a good cookout, you don't need a knife, but you should have a knife.
Maybe you gotta cut some
Yeah, you
cake.
gotta cut some cake.
What's the next letter? L for lemonade,
Oh,
because you want to
nice.
sip that nice lemonade, or you want to play Lemonade, Beyonce's album.
M for some meat
Yes.
that you want to slap on that grill. Grill it
Yes.
up.
N for the napkins, because you need to keep your hands clean.
Yes.
O for when you're full.
Yes. P for that pie at the end.
Q for quiet,
Oh.
because when you're eating,
There you go.
nobody's talking. When that food's good, nobody's talking.
That's right.
R for ribs.
S
Yes.
for salt. Brine the meat.
T for time, because you always wish you had more time at the barbecue. At the cookout.
U for uppity, that uppity uncle that you got. Uppity uncle, that's two. I should get 2 points.
Oh,
That's two. That is two. Uppity uncle.
Yes.
V is for V. V is for vinegar. Vinegar is your barbecue sauce.
Yes.
Who's that? North Carolina? Who's that vinegar?
Love watching that come to your mic. BW, wow. Welcome. You're welcome here.
X for for extra, even though extra starts with an E, that's all right. We're gonna say extra because you want to get some extra food. Also, maybe your ex might show up to the barbecue and you don't want that, even though that's also with an E, but it's all right. What's the next letter?
Yeah, why for yes, please, because I want a second plate of whatever has been on the menu.
Okay, bring it home.
Wow, Z is for Z is for that B that keeps on.
Thank you. So, and that is Pank Games, everybody.
They killed it.
Thank you.
All right, we're coming towards the end of the episode. Jaylee?
Justin. So, our next episode that we're having is actually next week, Wednesday, May 12th at 9 p.m. I know we usually do a 1 week on, 1 week off, but with our schedules being working actors and teachers and all that, we got to adjust sometimes. So we'll have an episode next week. I'll actually be on location, We'll see. It'll be virtual, but.
Okay, Wednesday, May 12th, 9 p.m. All right, we're going to end out here with our Pank freestyle. So for those of you that don't know, every episode ends with us freestyling. None of us on this podcast are freestyle artists, but we will try our best. So Jalen's going to give me a topic. I'm going to give Taysha a topic. Taysha, you'll give Lindsay a topic. Lindsay will give Jaylene a topic. And then all you got to do is just freestyle and be free.
All right, so your word in honor of Cinco de Mayo, since the indigenous Mexicans, they won in the Battle of Puebla.
Okay.
So your topic is winning.
There's battles every day, and some days you'll win, and some days you'll lose. But it's not about how you do it; it's about what you choose.
Hey,
will I be strong, or will I retreat? Will I speak up, or will I be defeated? It's about your inner light. Keep it shining all night. You will be bright, and you'll be all right. This is episode 35. We've had 35 tries.
Yes, we have.
All right,
Wow.
Taysha. Yours
that rhymes with sock. Something.
Okay. So, okay, because it's the show, let's just go with ham.
Ham. All right. So pork is my favorite kind of meat.
Yes.
Slide right off the bone, make you fall out your seat. Whether it's roasted or glazed or not from a can.
Come on, bring it on.
We need that fresh goodness. We need that fresh goodness.
That word.
And you know what? Fry it up in a pan.
Chef Curry with the pot. Hey.
All right.
Okay.
You get to give Lindsay.
Okay, so Lindsay. Let's see. What do we? Let's see.
Nothing that rhymes with sock.
Lindsay. So Lindsay. You know what? Let's go. We had brunch the other day.
Okay.
And you live by Honey's, which is one of the best breakfast spots
Yes, I do.
in Philadelphia.
Oh man.
Shout out to them, sponsor.
Hey, we're looking for
cards.
So let's hear something about a brunch, a great brunch experience.
Ooh, man. Waking up in the morning, feeling the feeling.
Yeah.
Something rumbling. Something grumbling.
Oh.
It's got me stumbling down the street. Get me that breakfast meat.
Hey.
Make it bacon.
Hey.
Make it ham.
Oh.
Give me some coffee. Yes, ma'am.
Hey.
I'm gonna come through. Tell you what I do.
Hey.
Go to My Spot Honeys.
Hey.
Cause they got them fees. Make me feel all good inside. Make me glad where I reside within walking distance of this. Because I want that good brunch spot.
Yeah! Oh my God. That was a journey.
That's
So good. All right, Jalen's gonna bring it home.
Oh Lord! Unless somebody in the studio audience want to do a Pank freestyle off
Hey,
camera.
come on, Jalen, you got this.
I'm just saying, I would still go, but we could have an additional.
Girl, you
Why
better.
are you yelling?
Okay, cool. All right.
I gotta make room.
You want to be on camera or you want to stay off?
I'll be on.
You be off. All right.
So I'm going over there?
So
Yeah, going over to the studio audience, Pank freestyle.
All right.
King Davis, ladies and
King
gentlemen.
Davis in the wings.
Davis,
In the
multi-talented, multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do I want a topic for you. Yeah, come on in. Come on in.
King Davis, everybody.
Aren't y'all glad you stayed to the end?
Yeah.
Damn.
Uh,
Special guest.
a love that we both share. Whiskey.
Oh. Whiskey. Let the mic knock it.
Whiskey. You don't get a chance to miss me. Cause every time I get tipsy, it's cause you with me.
Hey.
Whiskey. Bourbon.
Hey.
I like you so much, it's kind of disturbing.
Hey.
So,
Drop the mic.
so good.
I knew I shouldn't have went after a king.
Okay, so Akeem, you gotta give Jaylene her topic.
That's funny.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Flu body.
Blue body?
You may question why you would want a flu body. Because when you have the flu, you're not feeling great. But when you under the weather, you don't eat as much. So boy, you start looking great.
Yes.
Clothes start fitting a little better. Start slimming down a little bit. I'm about to get this flu body before I go to Cancun. About to get me fit. Hey! And with that, ladies and gentlemen.
You got it. Yo.
Not blue body. Flu.
Blue body Tracy.
See, what had happened was I had the flu last year in the beginning. This was before COVID, okay? And I had started
Just to make sure.
And then I had started losing weight, but then I was like, you know, I look all right now, but I was sick. But anyway, so the point is, me and Akeem always reference flu body, and that's why he decided to throw that into the episode. So here we are at the end, and it's been a journey. We have laughed. We didn't cry, but we laughed and we were joyous and we were here in person. And it has been such a wonderful experience. We thank you for everybody who showed up. Please remember to watch all the things that we talked about today. So Fat Ham, that is streaming until, Justin moving fast. Fat Ham is streaming until May 23rd. And then we have, No Child, which is streaming until May 9th. So go check that out. And then this Monday, I am doing my open mic, which is based on the themes of Fat Ham. Yes. So especially if you saw Fat Ham, even if you didn't, but you should, but even if you didn't, you can still come to the open mic. You can come to listen, or you can come to share poetry, music, or artwork inspired by Fat Ham. We hope to see you there.
All right. And
yeah.
if you love our show, please donate to us.
Yes.
Poppa Pank, we're on Cash App, PayPal, email down there. All of it will help. We have big announcements coming up in the future.
Podcast is coming.
It's coming, and every single cent counts and helps us with that. So before we go, we just have a couple more thanks. We want to thank Jordan McCree, who wrote our music, Tracy Cassius, our studio editor, all of our guests, Lindsay and Taysha, as well as anybody else who's been on the show. You, our followers, our Pank Poppas, and thank you for tuning in with us right now. Please plug us on social media by subscribing to YouTube or Facebook,
Facebook,
or Instagram.
Thank you so much, y'all. And with that, actually, we're gonna smile for our picture. Wait, let me take this off. We're smiling. We're smiling, and we're just smile. Just smile. Cheese. Okay, great. And with that, yeah, it'll happen later. In post, it'll happen later.
Nice.
And with that, we will talk to y'all later. Bye.